Hello, happy people, and welcome back to another episode of 65 and Counting. I'm your host, Adam Fry. I'm a certified Medicare planner, and I'm here to ask the important questions that you want answered by industry professionals. This show is for everyone and anyone coming up on that important milestone of 65 years old. That means retirement, it means Medicare eligibility, or it means that you're just plain interested in the world of retirement planning. Whatever it is, on this show you'll hear from the people that know it best.
Hi folks, welcome to this edition of 65 and Counting. Happy New Year! So in this edition, we're going to read the American Retirement Advisor newsletter for January 2021. This will be Volume 21, Issue 1. Okay, on the front page we have Happy New Year by David Edge, yours truly. Welcome to 2021. I think we will all agree we are ready for a fresh start. Many of us had several challenges in 2020. Loss of income, family, member sickness, and toilet paper shortages? Yikes, no one wants a repeat of that in 2021. So a fresh start. The big unanswered question is, what are you going to do differently? What upgrades and changes to your daily routine will make an improvement? And those changes? Is it just for you or the entire family? Washing our hands and wearing a mask is no guarantee that you can avoid getting sick. If you don't want those choices, then what? Living in a bubble is not an option. Many of us are working from home and using some sort of computer program that allows us to meet with clients virtually while both parties of the conversation are safe. Working from home? One of the aspects of this pandemic is that it has taught us that there are alternatives for each of us and we can still be productive. An example is home delivery services are growing at a substantial rate never before seen in our economy. You can have just about anything delivered. Groceries, medicine, furniture, it's a whole new world that delivers. It's not your parents' U.S. Postal Service anymore, just delivering the mail. And while some jobs have disappeared, others have been created. Some of us will have to move out of our comfort zone and find one of these new opportunities. If you have a roof over your head, food on the table, and your family is safe, count your blessings. Many times, it's all in your attitude. So find a way to have a happy new year. Okay, our next article is going to be Why Am I Me? By David Edge. Tough. Wow. How many different ways have we had it tough this year? All the things we ran short of, all the things we could not do, family we could not see, working under different circumstances or not working at all. How tough you were at handling all of this during this past year makes you, you. As kids growing up, we all have memories of when something was difficult. Try out for sports, making first chair in the high school band. And did you make it through cheerleading tryouts? For others, it was doing chores or working part-time during your youth to help out with the family business or farm. Or maybe your parents worked hard at their jobs to put a roof over your head, but there was never enough money left over for any extra goodies. So you worked bagging groceries, babysitting, cutting grass, something that made you some spending cash. Some had it tougher than others. I know my brothers and I always had something extra going to make money. Growing up with a single parent made us thankful that there was a roof over our heads and food on the table. If we wanted a bicycle or money for summer camp, etc., you better get off your butt and make the money to get whatever it was. Other kids always seemed to have it easy with new clothes for school or the latest toy or gadget, but we never felt deprived because we knew if we really wanted something, we could earn the money to get it. As kids, we would talk to our mom about anything. Kids having it tough these days is a totally different thing than what we considered tough when we were growing up. Can't attend school, can't interact with other classmates, have to social distance, and sports, contests, concerts, plays, and other activities canceled. The group events we enjoyed as kids are practically non-existent these days. It gives a whole new meaning to the word tough. The old adage, when things get tough, the tough get going, really comes home these days. So, however you are handling your daily life makes you, you. Remember, if you have questions about Medicare, Social Security, retirement planning, you've got a one-stop stop. You've got a one-stop shop to contact us. Call us. Remember, we can help. Our next article is by Sharon Colbert Groves, Possible COVID Fighters. She writes our safety article every month. If you're feeling like the virus will never end, you're not alone. We're now entering our 9th month since the pandemic officially began, 9 months without normalcy. This consistent black cloud we're under has consequences. A boom in mental health issues, social isolation, and constant stress. Now there's even a backlash against the measures that have kept many of us from catching the virus. It's called COVID fatigue. Frustration, boredom, disappointment, depression. Many of us are experiencing some of this, me included. Unfortunately, now is not the time to let your guard down. If you've been social distancing, wearing a mask, and washing your hands, keep doing so. Cases are surging with new positive test rates higher in November than any other time during the pandemic. And while we're closer to vaccines and are doing a better job treating the symptoms of severe COVID-19, catching the coronavirus can still be a very real threat to your health. Please keep your wellness appointments. Why? Because your doctor may see possible health problems brewing that you may not notice. These may be things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. Doctors can also measure issues like stress, anxiety, and depression. These 3 issues can wreak havoc on your health. Of course, telemedicine is an option in lieu of in-person appointments. We hope your holidays were good. Some of us have traveled, most stayed home. Then again, we may have had friends and loved ones who visited with us over the holidays. If so, please be careful when you return. Does it seem like most of my health articles have to do with COVID? Well, I promise next month it won't. Please follow the CDC mandates to stay safe and well. Okay, our next article is going to be from Mark Fry, and it's a financial tip. So here we go. Nobody really wins when the country is shut down. That said, there are some sectors that bubble up to the top and thrive, while restaurants and hair salons are having a horrible time, as well as manufacturers. You cannot even buy a refrigerator in Las Vegas right now. Don't even get me started on how tourism is being decimated with shutdown orders. Folks that were going to retire in 1, 2, or 3 years or more from our Las Vegas hotels and casinos are turning furloughs into retirement. I'm getting calls like crazy to get folks on Medicare to move and protect their 401ks ASAP. While we're still being very conservative with client funds at the writing of this article, it'll most likely be making a move back to conservative growth by the end of January. We'll all see what happens. The winners? Well, tech for one. Companies like Zoom, Amazon, and Shopify are going nuts. Nobody ever heard of Zoom before the pandemic. That's how families have decided to communicate. Facebook also has video meetings, as well as Amazon, Apple, FaceTime, Google Hangouts, and many more. We have been doing the majority of our meetings via virtual video in the Arizona office and about 10% virtual in the Las Vegas office. We have our Medicare, Social Security, and retirement planning workshops online as well. You do what you need to do to survive and help your clients. Clothing companies' online sales are up. Home furnishing companies are doing well because, well, folks are home. And you can only look at your walls for so long till you just must make some decor changes. I know we did. And the new business, masks, everyone is making masks. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I don't even want to talk about the ugly. Just stay safe and healthy. Do what you need to do in order to stay out of harm's way. Almost all of our clients are over 65 years old, and that comes with an extra risk. Be aware. We want to see you at our next meeting. In conclusion, be safe, be healthy, enjoy life as much as you can. This too shall pass. Cheers to a happy new year. Okay, for you folks that are still Medicare at work, we have our article by Laura Lee Drummond, Making Medicare Guidance and Transition 1-2-3 Easy at Work. Happy New Year! January is typically the time of year for beginning or mapping out resolutions, goals professed on New Year's Eve. Working out, saving more, eating less, eating healthy, and organizing are some of the most common resolutions. You know the annual drill. What resolutions are on your list for conquering 2021? Work life is no different for expressing goals and resolutions for 2021. If you have attended a Medicare workshop or met with our advisors, you know we strive to simplify Medicare, support access and explanations of all the plans in your area, and guide you to plans that make sense based on your personal needs, so your decisions about Medicare can be made with confidence. Our goal is to help more employees at work like that. When we started the Medicare Architects, our primary goal was based on your comments that you wished your HR partners at work had provided Medicare resources while you were still working, to help you plan and prepare for the transition of your medical coverage when you left your employer. This year, we want to grow more partnerships with employers. We want to help more employees long before they need to make their Medicare decisions. And we think you can help us get the word out without a diet or putting on your work clothes. We would love a referral of a benefits contact from work who was pivotal in helping you when you were employed. Just a name and an email of an HR partner who might welcome a team of Medicare consultants to guide employees with clearing the confusion of Medicare. Thanks, Laura. That was a great article. We really enjoyed that. Okay, our next article is Tammy Simler, and she's got the Medicare Moment this month. The COVID-19 vaccine, what you need to know. Wow, this sounds like a good one. Since the news broke that there is an approved COVID-19 vaccine, we have received many calls from clients asking questions about when it will be available and what the cost implications will be. Here's what we know directly from the CDC about the COVID-19 vaccine. Number one, the safety of the COVID-19 vaccines is a top priority. Federal partners are working together to ensure the safety of COVID-19 vaccines. The CDC has developed a new tool, vSafe, a smartphone-based after-vaccination health checker for people who receive the vaccine so they can monitor and rapidly detect any safety issues. Number two, the COVID-19 vaccination will help protect you from getting COVID-19, but 2 doses are needed. The second shot is needed 3 weeks after your first shot to get the most protection. Number three, the after COVID-19 vaccination, you may have some side effects. This is a normal sign that your body is building protection. These side effects may feel flu-like and could affect your ability to do daily activities, but they should go away within a few days. Number four, right now, the current supply of the vaccine is limited, but the supply will increase in the weeks and months to come. The CDC recommends the COVID-19 vaccine be offered first to healthcare personnel and residents of long-term care facilities. The goal is for everyone to be able to easily get vaccinated as soon as large enough quantities are available. Once widely available, the plan is to have the vaccine available in doctors' offices, retail pharmacies, hospitals, and federally qualified health centers. What does that mean for you? Well, that means that unless you fall into one of those first 2 categories, you will most likely be waiting a little while before you can get vaccinated. So continue to take precautions. Mask up, social distance, wash your hands, etc. Since people with underlying health conditions and those aged 65 and older are in high-risk categories for COVID-19, you will most likely be next in line to receive the vaccine. Number 5, cost is not an obstacle to getting vaccinated against COVID-19. Medicare recently announced that Medicare will provide full coverage for the vaccine, which means no cost to you. And number 6, the first COVID-19 vaccine is being used under an emergency use authorization from the FDA, but many other vaccines are still being developed and tested. This is an evolving process. State, tribal, local, and territorial health departments have developed distribution plans to make sure all recommended vaccines are available in your communities. People have varying opinions on vaccines, especially this one. My best advice? Talk to your healthcare professionals, do your own research, and make the decision you feel is right for you. This decision is only yours to make. Thank you, Tammy. That was very informative. We appreciated all 6 of those points. That was great. Okay, let's see. Oh, the next thing we have. Success Story of the Month by David Edge. Oh no, my doctor. Marty had been on his Medicare Advantage plan for years and enjoyed the many benefits of an all-in-one network plan. Doctors, hospitals, labs, and prescriptions all rolled into one card. He has his primary care physician for years and didn't see any reason to switch plans. So he never checked his plan during the annual election period and just assumed it would be the same for the next calendar year. So the new year started. He called his primary care doctor and asked for an appointment, and the receptionist asked what his insurance company plan was that they were updating his client file. "Why, it's the same plan I've had for years," he replied. "Oh, your doctor's no longer on that plan, so you'll have to go somewhere else," the receptionist calmly explained to him. "But I've been coming there for years," Marty was quick to exclaim. Faced with having to pick a new primary care physician left Marty in a funk, and he muttered to himself, "Now what?" Later that day, while he was taking the trash can to the street, he bumped into his neighbor, Nash, and was lamenting his issue with his doctor. Nash was kind enough to let him know he hasn't necessarily lost his doctor. "You need help, and I know the folks that can help." He gave Marty a business card he fished out of his wallet. "American Retirement Advisors," Marty said out loud. "Yep, give them a call," Nash encouraged. As with all phone calls, we asked, "How can we help?" After hearing Marty's dilemma, we performed a quick research on his primary care physician and found out that he was on several other Medicare Advantage plans in Marty's geographic area. "But I missed AEP, so I can't change till next year," he complained. We took this opportunity to let him know that as of last year, there is a new enrollment period called Open Enrollment Period, and it's for people like Marty who lost their doctors on a Medicare Advantage plan. Each year, January 1 through March 31st, you get sort of a do-over if you meet the requirements. In the end, Marty was very happy he made the call, and we found a different Medicare Advantage plan for him so that he could keep his doctor. In fact, the great news was that his new Medicare Advantage plan had some extra benefits his old plan didn't. If you have this situation happening to you, call us. We can help. Okay, folks, that concludes the reading of this month's American Retirement Advisor newsletter. But hey, you know something that's on page 9 every single month? We have all of our classifieds in here. And it's additional information on resources for you to search out additional information on plans of all types, life insurance, all kinds of things. So be sure and check out that page. And remember, because they're our search engines, they're absolutely at no cost to you. So make use of those things. Don't forget to like us, share us, and tell all your friends, okay? And guess what? We'll see you next week.